Have you ever been quietly replaced? Not with noise, not with a fight, just silence. One day, you meant the world to someone. The next, you became a memory they no longer called on. But here's the secret they don't know. You were never weak. You were patient. You were never desperate. You were loyal. And now that they've walked away, they have no idea what's coming next. Welcome to the Stoic Path, where we unlock timeless truths from ancient minds, blending them with modern psychology to help you master yourself, your relationships, and the silent power within you. Today, we're diving into something potent. A Stoic strategy so subtle and powerful, it makes them regret leaving without you saying a word. Let's begin. Number 1. Practice cold acceptance. See things as they are. The first step is clarity. Not drama, not revenge. Just brutal, liberating truth. Epictetus taught, it's not events that disturb us, but our judgment about them. They walked away? That's an event. You feeling broken? That's your judgment. When someone discards you or pulls away, don't try to rewrite their story. Accept it. Fully. Because when you see reality clearly, you stop bleeding over things that were never meant to stay. And here's what happens next. Your stillness unsettles them. Because they expected a reaction. But you gave them peace, and nothing makes someone question their actions like silence wrapped in calm. Number 2. Shift from emotion to observation. Most people respond emotionally. You won't. Instead of reacting, you'll observe. Seneca said, "He who angers you conquers you." So when they try to spark emotion, indifference, cruelty, distance, you don't flinch. You watch. You learn. You evolve. They expect you to break. But when your response is stillness and strength, they start to question themselves. Not because you said anything, but because your calm makes their chaos look childish. Number 3. Reclaim the energy you were giving away. You once gave them presence, attention, emotion, time. But now, you withdraw it, not in malice, but in mastery. Here's the truth. What's freely given is easily taken for granted. So when you pull your energy back and redirect it into yourself, your habits, your health, your goals, you become a force. They will feel your absence, not just in their inbox or their feed, but in their emotional atmosphere. Because your energy was never small. They just didn't realize how much it filled the room until you took it with you. Number 4. Become unavailable, not as a game, but a growth. They once assumed you'd always be there. Answering, explaining, hoping. Now, you're hard to reach not because you're hiding, but because you're rising. A Stoic doesn't disappear to punish. A Stoic disappears to transform. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." So while they scroll through distractions, you dive into transformation. You level up in silence. And when they look again, they won't even recognize the person you've become. Number 5. Let mystery work in your favor. The world today is obsessed with visibility. But what's rare is valuable. And what's quiet is powerful. When they don't know what you're thinking, when you're no longer oversharing, over-explaining, or overextending, you become mysterious. And mystery creates gravity. They start wondering, why aren't they reaching out? Who are they becoming? Did I misjudge their worth? The same person who once overlooked you will now overthink you. All because you chose silence over validation. Number 6. Be immovably calm. The strongest person is not the loudest in the room. It's the one who stays centered when everyone else is spiraling. Your emotional control becomes your shield. When they test you, by ghosting you, breadcrumbing you, or suddenly reappearing, you don't spiral. You don't chase. You simply stand. Calm, confident, unbothered. This is what Stoicism is all about. Not pretending you don't feel, but choosing not to be ruled by what you feel. And when they see that they no longer have the power to shake your foundation, that's when the regret begins. Number 7. Don't block. Don't beg. Just become. You don't have to block them to prove you've moved on. You don't have to beg them to come back either. You just have to become. Become wiser, stronger, more focused, more fulfilled. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Let your evolution speak for itself." Because transformation is louder than any message you could send, and nothing haunts someone more than realizing the version of you they left was only the beginning. Number 8. Never make it about revenge, make it about peace. Here's the final truth. This isn't about making them suffer. It's about you no longer suffering. When you chase peace instead of closure. When you choose growth over games. You no longer need their apology, attention, or validation. And paradoxically, that's exactly when they return. Because the energy that once clung now radiates. You become the person they thought you couldn't become. The one they regret walking away from. The one they can no longer reach, not because you're gone, but because you're beyond who you were when they left. If this message spoke to something deep in you, share it with someone who's silently rebuilding. And remember, don't chase, don't explain, grow, and let them see what they lost on their own. Stay grounded, stay powerful, stay stoic.